How do you react when life throws a challenge your way? Do you crumble under the weight of adversity, or do you rise, stronger and more resolute than before? It's a question that all of us face at some point in our lives. Whether it's a sudden setback, a loss, or an unexpected turn of events, how we respond in these moments defines not only our character, but also our ability to navigate the turbulent seas of life. So how do we ensure that we rise rather than fall? The answer may lie in an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time: Stoicism. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in ancient Greece and later popularized by Roman thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, offers a powerful framework for responding to adversity. At its core, Stoicism teaches us not to fight against the storms of life, but to adapt and grow from them. It's about cultivating a mindset that transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and wisdom. At the heart of Stoic philosophy are three key principles: virtue, control, and acceptance. Virtue, in Stoic terms, refers to living in accordance with reason and moral excellence. Control is the recognition that while we cannot control external events, we have full control over how we react to them. Acceptance encourages us to embrace the impermanence of life and the inevitability of hardship, allowing us to face each moment with calm and clarity. In today's world, which often feels unpredictable and chaotic, these principles are more relevant than ever. We live in an age where external circumstances, economic downturns, personal loss, global crises can feel overwhelming. Yet Stoicism offers timeless wisdom, teaching us that while we cannot avoid hardship, we can choose how we respond to it. In the context of Stoicism, resilience isn't about mere endurance. It's about developing an emotional and mental fortitude that enables us to thrive, not just survive, in the face of adversity. Resilience is the ability to remain grounded, steady, and rational, even in the midst of life's most challenging moments. The growing importance of mental resilience in today's society cannot be overstated. As we face a world that seems increasingly unpredictable and filled with external pressures, the ability to withstand emotional storms is crucial. Unlike physical resilience, which involves the body's capacity to recover, mental resilience is all about the mind's ability to remain unshaken by life's turbulence. This is where Stoicism shines. It teaches us to build this mental fortitude, not by avoiding pain and difficulty, but by learning how to transform them into sources of strength. Throughout this transcript, we will explore how Stoicism views adversity and how we can apply its teachings to our daily lives. We will delve into practical Stoic strategies for cultivating resilience, including how to train the mind to remain calm and composed during hardship, and how to embrace the challenges of life as opportunities for growth. In particular, we will focus on three core themes. First, understanding how Stoicism reframes adversity. Second, learning the practical Stoic tools to build emotional endurance. And third, exploring how these teachings can be applied to modern life to help us live with greater clarity, peace, and strength. By the end, you will have a deeper understanding of how Stoicism can guide you through life's challenges and help you become not just a survivor of adversity, but a true Stoic, one who rises stronger with every trial. Adversity, in its many forms, is a universal part of the human experience. It encompasses a range of challenges, from personal loss and failure to societal upheaval and unexpected setbacks. These trials, whether they manifest as the death of a loved one, a sudden health crisis, or the collapse of a long-held dream, all force us to confront the harsh realities of life. But adversity is not always dramatic or overwhelming. It can be seen in smaller, more subtle forms as well. A challenging work situation, where you face unjust criticism or feel overlooked for promotion, can be as distressing as a personal tragedy. A breakdown in a relationship, financial instability, or even the societal challenges of living through a pandemic, all of these are different faces of adversity. Adversity is something that everyone will encounter in their lives, regardless of background, status, or success. No one is immune to its effects. It does not discriminate based on wealth, fame, or position. The Stoic philosophers, who devoted much of their writings to understanding how to face hardship, believed that adversity is an inevitable part of life. It's something that cannot be avoided, no matter how well we plan or how hard we try to sidestep it. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote about how everyone faces difficulties. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This highlights the Stoic belief that life will always present obstacles, and it's up to us to decide how to respond to them. While adversity is a universal experience, Stoics perceive it in a fundamentally different way than most people. Where many see obstacles as purely negative, Stoics view them as opportunities for personal growth and the cultivation of virtue. According to the Stoic perspective, challenges and difficulties are not just unfortunate events to endure, but necessary conditions for the development of wisdom, patience, and courage. Adversity forces us to face our fears, overcome our weaknesses, and test our character. It is in these moments of struggle that we discover our true strength. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, captured this view of adversity when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote highlights the essential Stoic idea that our power lies in our response to adversity, not in the adversity itself. It doesn't matter whether life deals us a seemingly fair or unfair hand. What matters is how we respond. It is through these responses that we grow stronger, wiser, and more virtuous. Stoics also believe that adversity is critical for the cultivation of virtue. Virtue, for the Stoics, is the highest good, a state of moral excellence that allows us to live in harmony with nature and reason. The Stoics argue that virtue is forged in the fires of difficulty. In times of ease and comfort, there's little opportunity for the development of traits like courage, perseverance, and resilience. It is only in the face of hardship that we can truly test and refine these virtues. For instance, patience is learned not when things go smoothly, but when we are confronted with frustration. Similarly, courage is not revealed when everything is going as planned, but when we are faced with fear and uncertainty. The Stoics believed that adversity was essential for the cultivation of wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to discern what is truly important and what is not. Through hardship, we are often forced to confront the reality of life's impermanence, which helps us develop a deeper understanding of what really matters. Instead of being consumed by the pursuit of fleeting pleasures or material gain, adversity can teach us to value inner peace, integrity, and self-control. A critical element of Stoic philosophy when facing adversity is the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics taught that we must focus only on the things we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting that we cannot control external circumstances. In every challenge, there are two fundamental questions to ask: what can I control? And what must I accept? For example, in a situation where someone faces a layoff, they cannot control the decision made by their employer. They cannot control the company's financial health or the choices made by others. But what they can control is how they respond to the news. They can choose to respond with anger, bitterness, or resignation, or they can choose to face the situation calmly, using the opportunity to reflect, regroup, and explore new avenues. The Stoics emphasize that focusing on what is within our control is key to overcoming adversity. This approach empowers us by shifting the focus from the external, uncontrollable events to the internal, controllable responses. By recognizing that adversity will inevitably come our way, Stoicism provides us with a roadmap for navigating it. The philosophy urges us to accept the natural course of life and to see each hardship as an opportunity for growth. Through this mindset, we can turn our struggles into stepping stones for greater strength and wisdom, all while maintaining control over our emotional reactions. In the end, Stoicism teaches us that it is not adversity itself that defines us, but our response to it. The Stoic philosophy offers a unique and practical framework for overcoming adversity, rooted in the cultivation of moral character, the understanding of control and acceptance, and the development of mental resilience through specific practices. At the core of Stoic thought is the belief that adversity, rather than being something to avoid, is an opportunity to grow and refine our character. This section will explore the key Stoic principles: virtue, control and acceptance, negative visualization, and amor fati, and demonstrate how each one contributes to resilience in the face of life's challenges. In Stoicism, virtue is regarded as the highest good, the only true source of happiness and fulfillment. Unlike modern conceptions of success, which often focus on wealth, fame, or power, the Stoics believed that a virtuous life was the only path to true contentment. Virtue, according to Stoicism, is not merely about being morally upright, but about living in harmony with reason and nature. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it simply: virtue is the only good. Virtue is not external, it is found within us, in our thoughts, decisions, and actions. Stoicism identifies 4 cardinal virtues that are essential to living a virtuous life: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are not separate, but interrelated and work together to cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. Wisdom is the virtue of understanding what is truly important in life, discerning between what we can control and what we cannot, and acting with reason in all circumstances. Wisdom allows us to make thoughtful decisions in the midst of difficulty, preventing us from reacting impulsively or irrationally. It helps us understand the nature of adversity and teaches us to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Courage is the ability to face fear and uncertainty with resolve and strength. It's not about being fearless, but about choosing to act in the face of fear. In adversity, courage helps us confront difficult situations with dignity and perseverance, whether it's standing up for justice, facing personal losses, or simply continuing on when the road ahead seems daunting. Courage in Stoic thought is often linked to fortitude, the inner strength to withstand hardship and remain steadfast in our commitment to virtue. Justice is the virtue of fairness, integrity, and the treatment of others with respect. It encourages us to act in accordance with the common good, ensuring that our decisions and actions contribute to the well-being of others. In adversity, justice is about not allowing suffering to cause us to lose sight of our ethical responsibilities to others. It is the courage to act justly, even when faced with personal loss or difficult circumstances. Practicing justice means doing what is right, not what is easy. Temperance refers to moderation and self-control. It is the ability to avoid excess, whether in pleasure, emotion, or action. In the context of adversity, temperance helps us to maintain balance in our emotions and responses. When faced with challenges, it's easy to react with anger, fear, or despair, but temperance teaches us to remain calm and controlled, even in the most trying situations. By practicing temperance, we can avoid rash decisions that might worsen our circumstances and instead approach difficulties with a level head. Together, these 4 virtues create a robust foundation for resilience. They help us maintain our integrity and poise, regardless of the challenges we face. In times of adversity, the Stoic emphasis on virtue guides us to focus on cultivating moral excellence, which provides a solid inner strength to weather any storm. One of the most powerful Stoic principles for overcoming adversity is the dichotomy of control. The idea that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. This concept is central to Stoic philosophy and offers a profound way to navigate the difficulties of life. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control external events, such as the actions of others, natural disasters, or societal changes, we have full control over our own thoughts, emotions, and responses. This distinction is essential because it allows us to focus our energy on what is within our power. When faced with adversity, we can ask ourselves, what can I control in this situation? The Stoics encourage us to direct our attention toward our own actions, reactions, and attitudes, rather than wasting time and energy on things we cannot influence. For example, if someone experiences the loss of a job, they cannot control the decision that was made by their employer. They cannot control the broader economic circumstances that led to the layoff. But what they can control is how they respond to the situation, whether they choose to react with anger and frustration, or whether they decide to focus on finding new opportunities, improving their skills, and maintaining a positive outlook. Acceptance of what is beyond our control leads to peace of mind and emotional resilience. The Stoic practice of acceptance teaches us that suffering often arises when we resist the natural course of events. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional turmoil and allow ourselves to focus on constructive action. A practical way to cultivate this mindset is through daily reflection or journaling. Every day, take a moment to reflect on the things that are causing you stress or worry. Identify what you can control and what you cannot. This simple practice can help you shift your focus toward what is within your power and let go of the things that lie outside your control. Over time, this exercise strengthens the muscle of acceptance and promotes inner calm. Another Stoic practice for building resilience is negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, which translates to the premeditation of evils. This practice involves consciously imagining the difficulties and challenges that might arise in the future. By mentally preparing for adversity, we can reduce its shock and emotional impact when it occurs. Negative visualization is not about dwelling on negativity or creating anxiety. Rather, it's about mentally rehearsing how we might respond to life's challenges so that we are better equipped to handle them when they arise. The Stoics believed that imagining the worst-case scenario helps to diminish fear and anxiety. It enables us to approach potential difficulties with greater equanimity because we have already accepted the possibility of hardship. This practice can build emotional resilience by helping us become less surprised or disturbed by the difficulties that life inevitably brings. For example, if you are about to have a difficult conversation with a colleague or boss, you might use negative visualization to imagine how the conversation could unfold. Visualize yourself staying calm, composed, and respectful, even if the conversation takes a difficult turn. By mentally preparing for potential challenges, you can approach the conversation with a sense of readiness and emotional strength. Similarly, if you are facing an uncertain future, such as the possibility of job loss, you can practice negative visualization by imagining the worst-case scenario, such as losing your job and struggling financially. By accepting that this could happen, you free yourself from fear and anxiety and can instead focus on proactive steps you can take to prepare, such as building your savings or updating your resume. Perhaps one of the most profound Stoic practices for overcoming adversity is amor fati, or the love of fate. This principle encourages us to embrace whatever life throws at us, no matter how difficult or unpleasant it may seem. Instead of resisting or resenting adversity, amor fati teaches us to accept and even love it, seeing each challenge as an essential part of our life's journey. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, beautifully illustrates this concept when he writes, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" According to the Stoics, every event, whether good or bad, is an opportunity for growth and a necessary part of our personal development. By loving fate, we embrace life in its entirety, including the hardships that help us develop resilience and wisdom. Amor fati is not about passively enduring life's difficulties, but about actively seeking the growth and meaning within them. It's about finding peace and purpose in whatever circumstances we face, knowing that each moment is a building block in the greater story of our lives. By loving fate, we gain a deeper sense of control over our emotional responses and develop a greater appreciation for the lessons adversity can teach us. In sum, the Stoic principles of virtue, control and acceptance, negative visualization, and amor fati provide powerful tools for overcoming adversity. By embracing these practices, we can cultivate resilience and emotional strength, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and inner peace. These Stoic teachings offer a timeless framework for living with courage, acceptance, and love, no matter what fate may bring. In times of adversity, we often feel overwhelmed and helpless, struggling to find our footing amidst the chaos. The Stoic philosophy, however, offers practical strategies to build resilience and emotional strength that can help us weather any storm. These strategies are grounded in timeless principles that focus on self-awareness, mental clarity, and emotional control. In this section, we will explore 4 Stoic strategies for building resilience: daily reflection and journaling, mindfulness and present focus, cognitive reframing, and detachment and non-attachment. Each of these practices offers practical steps for integrating Stoic philosophy into everyday life to cultivate mental toughness and emotional stability. One of the most powerful tools in the Stoic philosophy is daily self-reflection, which often takes the form of journaling. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, practiced this regularly to reflect on his actions, thoughts, and challenges. His meditations are essentially a series of personal notes written in private, where he processed his daily experiences, wrestled with his emotions, and sought personal growth. Journaling allows us to clarify our thoughts, make sense of our feelings, and track our progress as we strive to live in accordance with Stoic virtues. Set aside time. Each day. Begin by allocating a specific time each day for journaling. This could be in the morning, to set your intentions for the day, or at night, to reflect on the day's events. The key is consistency, making journaling a regular habit. 2. Create a comfortable space. Find a quiet space where you can reflect without distractions. This can be as simple as a cozy corner with a journal and a pen, or a digital note-taking app if that suits you better. 3. Start with a simple prompt. To begin, use a straightforward journal prompt to guide your reflection. You might ask yourself, what challenges did I face today, and how did I react to them? This question helps you examine the moments that tested your resilience and consider how your response could align more closely with Stoic virtues like patience, courage, or wisdom. 4. Reflect on your virtues. Another useful prompt is, what virtues did I embody today? This question encourages you to evaluate your behavior through a Stoic lens, helping you assess whether you acted with wisdom, justice, courage, or temperance during the day's events. 5. End with a focus on improvement. Finish your journaling session with a focus on personal growth. You might ask, what can I improve tomorrow? This forward-looking approach helps you maintain a growth mindset and encourages continuous self-improvement. Journaling serves not only as a tool for self-reflection, but also as a means of understanding how we react to external circumstances. Over time, you'll develop greater emotional resilience by analyzing your responses, learning from them, and adjusting your mindset in future situations. By regularly engaging in this practice, you'll strengthen your ability to navigate adversity with clarity and composure. The Stoics believed in the importance of focusing on the present moment and avoiding unnecessary worry about the future or regret over the past. This approach to mindfulness is rooted in the understanding that the only time we truly have is the present, and it is within the present that we have the power to act and respond. Anxiety and stress often arise when we become preoccupied with things beyond our control, whether it's worrying about future events or dwelling on past mistakes. The Stoic way of mindfulness teaches us to bring our attention to the present, where we can take decisive action. 1. Mindful breathing. One of the simplest and most effective techniques for cultivating present moment awareness is mindful breathing. To practice mindful breathing, take a few moments to focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This helps anchor your mind to the present, quieting any distractions or anxious thoughts. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breath. 2. Focus on physical sensations. Another way to ground yourself in the present moment is by paying attention to your physical sensations. Whether you're walking, eating, or sitting, try to focus on the sensations in your body. The feeling of your feet on the ground, the taste of food in your mouth, or the sensation of your body in contact with the chair. This technique helps break the cycle of overthinking and brings you back to the here and now. 3. Practice active listening. Being fully present during conversations is an important aspect of mindfulness. Practice active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker, avoiding distractions, and focusing on understanding their words, tone, and body language. This not only improves your relationships, but also trains your mind to remain in the moment. Mindfulness and resilience. The ability to stay focused on the present moment is vital for building resilience. When we are fully engaged in what we are doing, we are less likely to be overwhelmed by negative emotions or distracting worries. In difficult situations, mindfulness allows us to make clearer, more deliberate decisions rather than reacting impulsively based on fear or anxiety. This focus on the present can also help reduce stress, as we learn to let go of things we cannot control and focus only on the actions within our reach. Cognitive reframing is a powerful Stoic technique that involves changing how we perceive a situation in order to alter our emotional response. Instead of seeing a challenge as an insurmountable obstacle, Stoics practice reframing it as an opportunity for growth or a test of their character. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that it is not events themselves that cause us distress, but our judgments about those events. By changing our perspective, we can transform adversity into a valuable experience. 1. Turning failure into a learning experience. Suppose you fail at a task, whether it's an exam, a work project, or a personal goal. Instead of viewing the failure as a personal setback, you can reframe it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? What could I have done differently? This mindset shift helps you move past self-blame and focus on constructive improvement. 2. Seeing obstacles as challenges. In difficult situations, such as dealing with a difficult coworker or facing an unexpected personal crisis, try reframing the situation as a challenge rather than an obstacle. Instead of thinking, "This is too much for me to handle," reframe the thought to, "This is an opportunity to practice patience, wisdom, and resilience." By changing how you perceive challenges, you empower yourself to confront them with a clear mind and calm demeanor. The benefits of reframing. By adopting the Stoic method of cognitive reframing, we can reduce the emotional impact of adversity. Instead of being consumed by negative emotions like fear, anger, or frustration, reframing allows us to approach challenges with a sense of agency and control. This mental shift helps us embrace difficult situations as opportunities for personal growth, thereby increasing our resilience in the face of adversity. A key Stoic practice for building resilience is detachment from external outcomes. Stoicism teaches that while we can control our actions and responses, we cannot control the results of those actions. This understanding of non-attachment helps us maintain emotional stability, regardless of external circumstances. If we become overly attached to a particular outcome, we set ourselves up for disappointment, frustration, or even despair when things don't go as planned. 1. Focus on effort, not results. Instead of fixating on achieving a specific outcome, practice focusing on the effort you put into your actions. For example, if you are preparing for a job interview, focus on doing your best to prepare, staying calm, and presenting yourself authentically rather than obsessing over whether you get the job. Detach from the outcome and focus on the process. 2. Embrace the impermanence of life. Understand that nothing in life is permanent. Relationships, successes, and even material possessions are fleeting. By embracing this impermanence, you can develop a sense of inner peace, knowing that all things, both good and bad, will pass. This perspective helps reduce attachment to outcomes and promotes resilience when things don't go as expected. 3. Let go of expectations. Letting go of rigid expectations is another way to practice detachment. Instead of insisting that things must unfold according to a specific plan, practice being open to whatever life presents. By relinquishing expectations, you reduce the emotional turbulence that comes from unmet desires. The power of non-attachment. Detachment from external outcomes allows us to maintain a sense of inner calm, regardless of the external circumstances. When we focus on our efforts and let go of our attachment to results, we can remain resilient in the face of disappointment or failure. Non-attachment fosters emotional strength by preventing us from becoming overly invested in outcomes that are beyond our control.